wanted to talk about synchronization issues between holiday shortened sessions and your trading systems that should exit by the end of the day, or day trade systems, or if you have a swing trade system that should exit. And so, for example, I created this basic system as an example, and if you take a look at the results, a really good strategy. I'm going to share the code with you on this strategy. It is 2 lines of code, and this market is so incredibly biased to the long side that if you just buy it at 11 o'clock every day and exit it at 4 o'clock since January the 14th of this year, these results you get. I mean, almost $100 average trade profit, pretty low drawdown for a E-mini S&P strategy, big time gains. And so you have to say, you know, it's probably not going to, something this simple, if you just buy it at 11, sell it at 4 o'clock every day, probably isn't going to continue to work for very long, or probably have bigger drawdowns. It'll be eventually something that will destroy this strategy. So I'm not endorsing this strategy. I'm just using it as an example. It could continue to work, but this is just a very basic long only strategy in a very strong bull market. So how do we manage the trades that you see exit at 1600? So if time is equal to 1600, it's military time, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, then we sell the next bar at the market. So we take a look at Friday's trade, and these red bars indicate the session breaks. And you see here the market got in the market at it's 11 o'clock, and it buys the next bar at the market. So at the open of the 11:15 bar, the times are based on the end of bar, and so it get in at open at 22:07.25. Market rallied. It closed at 1:15. So we can't exit at 1600. We can't exit at 1600 because no 1600 existed on a holiday shortened session. But we still don't want to. We still don't want to trade that over the holiday. So how do we manage that? There are a couple of ways, 3 ways to manage it. And one of the ways we manage it is to use the don't trade on holidays function. And all that function is a list of dates, and here is the open code for that. Here's all the dates where the stock market is either closed or it closes early. So we don't trade on days the market is closed. The stock market, sometimes when the stock market is closed, the futures markets trade, and so you'll still get data on your data feed. And you can simply add dates, and so we added dates, or date equals EL date, and then you just put the date in there. It's real easy to add. You have to take this semicolon, and you have to say or date equals EL date. And then we have the CME Group's holiday calendar. I think the next one is Martin Luther King in 2017. You see all these dates are for the market is closed on the day after Christmas and the day after New Year's. Those are Mondays, and I didn't see any holiday shortened sessions, but you always want to check and make sure that, if they decide to close it early on the Friday before would be 12/23. It's currently scheduled to be open all day, but if they decided to close it early, you can add this date here, 12/23/2016. And then it won't trade on that day. If you have to do 2 things. You have to add the date to this file. You obviously have to verify it. And then once you add the date to this file, you have to add it to your code. And so we have 11/24 and 11/25 in there, and it's updating a lot of my updating a lot of my strategies here. So I'm going to pause the video. This is the day session symbol for the E-mini S&P, so it doesn't have data for the 24th. If you look at the @ES, it does have data for the 24th, but the @ES.D does not have data for Thanksgiving Day. But other markets such as crude oil did trade on Thanksgiving Day, and so that's why you have to have dates for days the market is closed. And so I added the date. The dates are added in the don't trade on holidays function, but how do you update the code so that it doesn't show up? All you have to do is, for your entries only, add this line of code. Don't trade on holidays equals 1. 1 is true, means that we want to eliminate holidays or holiday shortened sessions, and any of the dates listed in there. There's a Hurricane Sandy dates listed in the Don't Trade on Holidays. Back in 2012, you had Hurricane Sandy and the market was closed or closed early, and we knew that in advance, I believe. I can't remember the exact details. I have to go back and look, but we knew it in advance and didn't trade it. So we eliminate those dates, and you add this function and it calls that list of dates, and you won't trade on this day. We have to verify it though. So once we verify it, then this signal will disappear. And this isn't something you want to do after the fact. This is something you do in advance of the fact. We call this in advance, and we say we don't trade on those particular days when the market is closed or when it's a holiday shortened session. And you can get those from the CME group or from your broker, and I'll show you how to get that from the CME group so you'll know what dates to add. Or if you're one of my subscribers, I will be sending out the updates to you. So you go to cmegroup.com and you simply search holiday calendar. You click on it and you scroll down and you see, I like the PDF version, Thanksgiving or Christmas, Thanksgiving and New Year's. Christmas, for example, it says normal close on Friday. So the one additional situation here is some markets close early, but while others do not. So most markets, the financials and energies do not close, metals do not close early. It's a regular close on Friday. Monday is closed, but then it opens up at 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time for the regular session on Monday, the way it would on Sunday night. And it trades normally on Tuesday. So Tuesday session starts at 5 o'clock p.m. Central Time on Monday. The grains do close early, so that's one thing you have to keep note of. And I don't have that in the Don't Trade on Holidays function for the 23rd, because I just have and Don't Trade on Holidays, and all the strategies in the portfolios include that. And so the 23rd is not included, and so that it will trade normally for all markets. And so Grains Day Trader 3 is the one exception. If you're in a strategy on Grains Day Trader 3 or one of the swing strategies, the market exits at 2:05 or 12:05 p.m. Central Time. And so we'll have to keep track of that manually and use set exit on close to manage that. And I have an article below this video that explains different ways to do that. So that's one of the bittersweet things about the holidays. If you're automating systems, sometimes it creates more work around the holidays. You have to manage these early holiday closes. And so once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad, but that is how we do it, and that is the update. And I wanted to show you how to do that. You have access to the open code, Don't Trade on Holidays, so you can use it in your own strategies or one of the methods described below this video.